হয়ে যাবে, ঠিক আছে, নিয়ে নেবো আমি। Today we are going to discuss about thrust and pressure. Now when I say thrust and pressure, we need to remember in class 8 when we were studying, we had discussed about pressure. What is pressure? Pressure is force per unit area. Now, the examples that we have cited over there, we have said that if you have a balloon and you apply pressure from its ends, or maybe if you press something with your thumb, you push a wall, all these examples that we had given or discussed in class 8, inevitably we have taken something into consideration, but then we have not mentioned it categorically. हमने बहुत कुछ इसके अंदर वी हैव एक्सेप्टेड अ फैक्ट दैट ये जो हम लोग फोर्स डाल रहे हैं, या तो दीवार को धकेल रहे हैं, या वी आर प्रेसिंग समथिंग विथ थंब, or maybe we are pressing a balloon. In each of these cases, we are applying a force which is at 90 degree, which is at 90 degree to the surface, or simply we can put it as a force which is perpendicular to the surface. Well, my dear children, this is what we call as thrust. So how may we define thrust? Thrust is a special kind of a force which acts at 90 degree on the surface. Are you getting it? What is thrust? Thrust is a special kind of a force which is acting at 90 degree on the surface on which this force is acting. So what do you expect its unit to be? Since it's a force, what is the unit of force, the SI unit of
Sir,
force?
Pascal.
SI unit of force is not Pascal. SI unit of pressure is Pascal. SI unit of
Sir,
force is
Newton.
Newton. SI unit of force is Newton. Since the SI unit of force is Newton, so the SI unit of thrust would also be Newton. Agreed to that? So if I express pressure as thrust per unit area, will I be wrong in saying that the unit of pressure is Newton per meter square? Or simply can we say that the unit of pressure is Pascal? क्योंकि हमें पता है Newton per meter square is nothing but Pascal. Do I sound logical? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Now let us come down to the definition and break it down into pieces. When I say force, I am actually talking about mass into acceleration due to gravity. But then when I'm talking about pressure, what am I talking about? I'm talking about two physical quantities, that is pressure, that is force and area. Now when I talk about force and area, what is the relationship that they are having with pressure? Is force directly proportional or indirectly proportional with pressure? प्रेशर के साथ क्या रिलेशन है इसका? They are directly proportional or indirectly proportional? Pressure is equal to force by area. Isn't it directly proportional? That means हिसाब से क्या होना चाहिए? फोर्स बढ़ेगा तो आपका प्रेशर भी बढ़ना चाहिए, फोर्स घटेगा तो आपका प्रेशर भी घटना चाहिए. But my dear children, this is not the same as it is seen. It's not that easy. क्यों नहीं easy है? रीजन है यहाँ पे एरिया एक वाइटल रोल प्ले करती है. What vital role does it play? Check over here. Pressure and area, they both are inversely proportional. Now when pressure and area is inversely proportional, with the increase in one, the other will decrease. The other will decrease. That means what? If my area is bigger, my pressure would be smaller. Remember this kind of an example we have cited in class 8 while we were studying about pressure? उसमें अगर आपको याद है, हमने बोला था कि अगर आप अपने स्कूल के बैग का एग्जाम्पल ले लो, सबसे इजी वाला एग्जाम्पल, If you see the strap of the bag, bags that you are using as your school bag, जिसके अंदर किताबें रखते हो आप, you keep your books, you would be finding the straps are wider. Do I sound logical? And why is it wider? The reason is because you are carrying books and you are carrying those books in a bag which is on your shoulder, it should not give much more pressure on your shoulders, so that your shoulder does not get too much of pressure. If we had one string which is a thin one, strap की जगह पे अगर एक मेरा thin string होता तो क्या होता? प्रेशर ज्यादा पड़ता आपके shoulders पे, right? So the strap of the bag is made up of what? Broad. It's made as broad as possible. उसी तरह अगर आप देखो, आपके पास अगर नाइफ्स है जिससे आप वेजिटेबल्स या फ्रूट्स को काटते हो, द नाइफ that you use for cutting your vegetables or fruits, you would be finding that from time to time they are made very sharp. Why they are made sharp? So that when you apply the force with your hands, or with your when you press it on that particular fruit or vegetable, what happens? The fruit or the vegetables can be cut very easily. It can be cut very easily. उसको आसानी से आप काट सकते हो. Why? Because if you check the surface area of a sharp knife, you'll be finding the surface area is very small. And since the surface area is small, so what happens? The pressure would be more. So for the same amount of force that you are applying on a blunt knife and that on a sharp knife, the sharp knife will be will be able to cut the vegetables more easily. Do I make logical sounds? Are you agreeing with me?
Yes.
कुछ पुरानी बातें
Yes, sir.
याद आ रही है जो
Yes,
क्लास
sir.
8 में आपने पढ़ा होगा? लॉजिकल है भाई, ठीक है? अच्छा, इसके साथ ही आप लोगों ने और भी कुछ एग्जांपल्स पढ़े थे. गिव मी एन एग्जांपल दैट you actually remember.
Sir,
Maybe
driving
we
nail
can
in a
take.
wooden piece.
Yes, wonderful. A nail, if you see, or maybe a board pin, if you see, both are having very pointed heads, right? When you hit it over it, it's a broad one. Now you put it with a, hit it with a hammer. You're talking about a nail. When you are inserting that into a wooden wall, or maybe into concrete as well, you would see that it's having a broad end where you are hitting with a hammer, and there is a small pointed end where the pressure is exerted and it enters the concrete wall or the wooden wall. Or maybe if you're talking about a boat pin, you apply the force on the top of the boat pin and it enters the soft board. That's only because it enters because the pressure buildup is much more because of the area. If you remember, I normally take this example. आप लोगों ने बहुत बार देखा होगा कि sand, there is a pile of sand near your house. तो आप अगर उस pile of sand के ऊपर जाके खड़े हो जाते हो तो क्या होता है? ऑटोमेटिकली आप सिंक इन हो जाते हो. You go and stand on the pile of sand, and what happens? You start sinking in inside that. लेकिन भाई अगर आप किसी सी बीच पे जाते हो तो क्या होगा? आप सनबाथ ले रहे हो ना सी बीच पे जाके, वही बंदा सी बीच पे जाके अगर सनबाथ लेता है, क्या वो जमीन के अंदर धंस जाता है? द सेम, the ground over there is made up of of sand. धंस जाते हो, नहीं जाते हो? क्यों? द रीजन इज, आप देखोगे जब आप सैंड के पाइल के ऊपर खड़े हो, द एंटायर वेट ऑफ द बॉडी इज कंसेंट्रेटेड ऑन योर फीट, द 2 feet that you have. But then when you are on a sea beach, you are actually stretching on that beach. That means your area is much more compared to what over here when you are standing. आपके पैर का एरिया ज्यादा है कि बॉडी का एरिया ज्यादा है? ऑफ कोर्स बॉडी का एरिया ज्यादा है, तो जिसके कारण आप धंस नहीं जाते हो. यू आर नॉट गेटिंग सिंक्ड इन इनसाइड द सैंड. डू आई साउंड लॉजिकल नाउ?
Yes, sir.
और क्या एग्जाम्पल हो सकता है? कभी आप लोग ऐसा
Sir,
हुआ है
sleeping.
कि बारिश के टाइम पे कीचड़ के अंदर खेल रहे हो या जा रहे हो और कीचड़ के अंदर आपका पैर फंस गया है, जूता फंस गया है? हैज इट एवर हैपेंड? यू गॉट स्ट्रक इनटू द puddle?
Yes,
इफ इट
sir.
इज सो, व्हाट इज द सोल्यूशन फॉर दैट? क्या करते हैं हम लोग? व्हाट डू वी डू? वी एक्चुअली वेयर अ गमबूट, इजंट इट? क्या पहनते हैं हम लोग? क्या पहनते हैं? गमबूट। गमबूट क्या
Gumboot.
होता है? A gumboot is a special kind of a shoe which is having a broad base. उसका जो सोल होता है ना, बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा होता है, आपके पैर से बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा होता है, राइट? इससे क्या होता है, आप जब अपना बॉडी वेट उस सोल के ऊपर डालते हो, इट गेट्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड एंड एज अ रिजल्ट आपका पैर पडल के अंदर नहीं फंसता है, कीचड़ के अंदर नहीं फंसता है। आप देखो, यही वाला फंडा कैमल भी इस्तेमाल करता है। When a camel walks on the sand, the hot desert sand, it so that it doesn't get sinked inside the sand. What does it have? It's having, hoots. The if you check the legs of the camels, you'll be finding that they are much more broader, isn't it? Do you all agree with me on this?
Yes, sir.
इससे और एक करीबी चीज भी आपको मैं बता सकता हूं जो आप लोगों ने देखा होगा। जब भी आप लोग हाईवे पे जा रहे हैं, आपने देखा होगा कि देयर आर बिग ट्रक्स पासिंग बाय, जिसे हम लोग पंजाब बॉडी ट्रक कहते हैं इन जनरल। उसमें आप देखोगे जिसके अंदर सामान लाद के लिया जाता है। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द गुड्स कैरियर। यू विल बी फाइंडिंग दैट दिस काइंड ऑफ ट्रक्स आर हैविंग मोर टायर्स। इनफैक्ट नॉर्मल व्हीकल में आप देखो 4 टायर्स है, दैट्स मोर देन सफिशिएंट, बट दिस ट्रक्स आर हैविंग 6 or maybe 10 or 14 or 60 or maybe 16, 18, 20, 22 tires होता है इनका। क्यों होता है? The reason is when they are carrying the load, it should not be, it should not be giving too much of pressure on the roads. The entire force that is being applied should be distributed. The entire pressure that is being applied should be distributed. That's why we use what? We use so many number of tires. आप देखो ना, ट्रैक्टर का टायर्स उठा के देख लो। ट्रैक्टर टायर्स are very very broad. Why? Because these tractors are normally, where do they work? They work in the fields where the soil is very soft. Do I sound logical? Do I make sense?
Yes, sir.
ये
Yes,
जो
sir.
एग्जाम्पल्स मैं आप लोगों को बोल रहा हूं, अब 100% श्योर आप लोगों ने जरूर जरूर इसके बारे में आप लोगों को पता है, राइट? आप स्कीइंग भी अगर करेंगे, इफ यू गो फॉर स्कीइंग, स्नो में करेंगे तो उसमें भी देखना आपका जो शू होता है वो भी ब्रॉड होता है, राइट? सो टेकिंग दिस इनटू अकाउंट,
Sir,
आई कैन
skiing.
ऑल्सो से, when you go down, yes, when you go down for skiing, right? Snow पे आप लोग जो करते हो, even if you check how the bricks are being laid in your house for building walls, you would be finding कि जो bricks होता है ना, bricks को हम लोग कैसे ले करते हैं? On its broader surface. अगर किसी एक brick को उठा के देख लो, अब brick का क्या होता है? Edges भी होती है, there is a length, there is a breadth, there is a height. सही बोल रहा हूं? लेंथ है, ब्रेथ है, हाइट है। तो आप देखोगे जब भी हम लोग उसको ईंट को लगाते हैं, ब्रिक को लगाते हैं दीवार बनाने के लिए या कुछ भी बनाने के लिए, ताकि फ्लोर के ऊपर या जमीन के ऊपर ज्यादा प्रेशर ना पड़े, तो हम लोग उसको उसके ब्रॉड बेस के ऊपर डालते हैं, मतलब लेंथ इनटू ब्रेथ। हम कभी भी ये नहीं देखोगे कि हम लोग उसको खड़ा करके लगाते हैं, हम लोग उसको हमेशा इस तरह से लगाते हैं, हॉराइजॉन्टल। वी नेवर पुट इट इन दिस मैनर। दैट मीन्स नॉट ऑन इट्स smaller edge, because the pressure that will be exerted will be much more. देखना चाहोगे? एक एग्जांपल लें? Why don't you come to your book, page number 107? There is a sample problem given over there. Let's discuss about that problem. Are we all having the book? Let's take this example. It says a rectangular wooden block. What is it? A rectangular wooden block has a mass of 4 kg. What is its mass? The rectangular wooden block has a mass of 4 kg. राइट. सो आपको m मिल गया. The length, breadth and height of the wooden block is 50 centimeter, 25 centimeter and 10 centimeter. Now check this. Length आपका दिया हुआ है 50, breadth 25, height 10 centimeter respectively. Find the pressure on the tabletop when the wooden block is kept with its surface measuring 15 to 25 centimeter on the table. तो एक एक करके करते हैं. सबसे पहले आपको सबसे पहले मास दिया गया है, तो भाई मास का कोई काम नहीं है जब तक कि ना आपके पास g का वैल्यू है. डू यू हैव द वैल्यू ऑफ g? Yes, the value of g is 10 meter per second square. What is the value of g? 10 meter per second square. तो इसमें आप देखो, अगर आपका मास है 4 kg और आपका वहां पे क्या हो गया, g का वैल्यू है 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर, that means you have 40 newton weight acting on the body. Now weight and force, they both the same, right? It's a weight acting in the downward direction, so it's a force. So the force or the weight is 40 newton. अब एरिया क्या करेंगे? पहला वाला क्वेश्चन जो हमें दिया गया है उसमें बोला गया है 15 to 25 centimeter. Now when it is 15 to 25 centimeter, my dear children, you need to realize our SI unit for measurement of length is what? SI
Sir,
unit
meter.
for measurement of length, meter. But this is given in centimeters. So what am I supposed to do? I need to convert this from centimeter to meter. तो उसके लिए क्या करना है? 100 से डिवाइड करना है मुझे. तो 50 सेंटीमीटर डिवाइडेड बाय 100 makes it what? 50 meter. उसी तरह 25 centimeter divided by 100 will convert this into 25 meter. Now I have 15 to 25 by 100 into 100. That would be my area. That would be my area, which is 15 to 25 is what? 1250. 1250 by 100 into 100. That makes it 10,000. 0.125 meter square. That's my area. 0.125 meter square. That's my area. Now, if you check the pressure, pressure कितना होगा? What is the formula for pressure? Come on, guys, tell me. What is the formula for pressure?
Sir, Newton
Force
meter.
per area.
Force per area. Force per area. So force आपका कितना था? अभी निकाला हमने 40 न्यूटन. कितना था force? 40 न्यूटन. And what is my area? 0.125 मीटर स्क्वायर. तो अगर इसको हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे, 40 by 0.125 will be getting 320 Newton per meter square, or we can simply say it to be 320 Pascal. Are you getting me? We'll be getting it as 320 Pascal. पक्का? अब सेकेंड पार्ट आते हैं. सेकेंड पार्ट में बोला गया है when the wooden block is kept with its surface measuring 25 centimeter into 10 centimeter, मतलब उसको ऐसे खड़ा करके रखना है जहां पे उसके एजेस के ऊपर प्रेशर डाल रहा है जमीन के ऊपर, राइट, और टेबल के ऊपर. हाउ विल दैट बी? 25, everything else remains same, but 25 into 10 is how much? 25 by 100 into 10 by 100, that makes it 250 by 10,000, or simply we have 0.025 मीटर स्क्वायर. अब अगर इसका प्रेशर निकालते फोर्स पर यूनिट एरिया तो क्या निकलेगा? व्हाट वुड दैट बी? 40 डिवाइडेड बाय 0.025 मीटर स्क्वायर. हाउ मच इज दैट? हाउ मच इज दैट? इट वुड बी अराउंड 1600 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर. तो आप लोग खुद देख सकते हो कि देखो, एक ब्रिक या एक कुछ भी है जिसको हम लोग अगर उसके बेस के ऊपर डाले तो कितना आ रहा है, और अगर उसको हम लोग डालते हैं ऑन द एज तो कितना आ रहा है. इट्स ऑलमोस्ट ऑलमोस्ट 5 टाइम्स. 320 और 1600 ऑलमोस्ट ऑलमोस्ट आपका आ रहा है कितना? 5 टाइम्स. So that's why the bricks are never kept in this manner. They are always kept with its face on towards the ground. Now, till now, whatever I have discussed, does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Do you come up with any questions till this point? You might ask me. अगर आपके जहन में दिमाग में कोई भी क्वेश्चन है, पूछो ना। अगर क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा, आप लोगों ने बहुत बार ट्रेन में तो सफर किया होगा आप लोगों ने। यू पीपल मस्ट हैव ट्रैवल्ड बाय द ट्रेन,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
राइट? यू मस्ट हैव ट्रैवल्ड। हैव यू सीन द ट्रैक्स, द रेलवे ट्रैक्स? जिस ट्रैक के ऊपर आपकी ट्रेन चलती है, ट्रेन की पटरी जिसे कहते हैं, रेलवे ट्रैक्स। इफ यू चेक द ट्रैक्स यू वुड फाइंड दैट इन बिटवीन द ट्रैक्स, in the earlier days we used to have wooden sleepers, दोनों के बीच में काठ की पटरी लगी होती थी। अभी आजकल हम लोग काठ का नहीं देखते, वहां पे कंक्रीट का देखते हैं। कभी आपके दिमाग में ये बात आया है क्यों होता है ऐसा?
Sir, so
Sir,
that the
because
railway
when
track
the
does not sink.
वेरी गुड। सो सिंस यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द रेलवे ट्रैक, उसके ऊपर तो साइकिल चलेगा नहीं भैया। रेलवे ट्रैक के ऊपर चलेगा क्या? ट्रेन। एंड व्हेन अ ट्रेन, वेदर इट्स अ गुड्स ट्रेन और अ मेल ट्रेन, you would be finding it would be carrying a lot of passengers, a lot of weight. Now if this moves on the railway track during, mainly during the rainy season, when the soil becomes soft, you know, this railway tracks might sink in, and in the process what could happen? It might lead to some accidents, ताकि वो प्रेशर जो है वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाए। इसीलिए रेलवे ट्रैक्स के बीच में हम लोग क्या लगाते हैं? वी पुट स्लीपर्स। वी पुट व्हाट? वुडन स्लीपर्स पहले लगाते थे, नाउ वी पुट दिस कॉन्क्रीट स्लीपर्स। डू आई मेक सेंस व्हेन आई एम डिस्कसिंग दिस टॉपिक? ऐसा कुछ
Yes, sir.
आप लोगों के मन में आया है कि नहीं सर ये वाला बात हजम नहीं हुआ, ऐसा कुछ हुआ है टिल नाउ?
No, sir.
no, sir.
पक्का? पक्का? देन देन आज हम लोग थोड़ा सा और प्रेशर के बारे में ही बात करते हैं। अभी तक हम लोगों ने जिसके बारे में बात किया, दैट वाज प्रेशर इन सॉलिड ऑब्जेक्ट्स, इजंट इट? बट डू प्रेशर ऑलवेज एक्ट्स ऑन सॉलिड ऑब्जेक्ट्स? नॉट नेसेसरीली यार। नो, याद करके देखो, क्लास 8 में हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था कि एक अगर ऐसा बॉटल लिया जाए और उसके अंदर थ्री, वी मेक थ्री होल्स, and if we allow the water to flow through these holes, we'll be finding the one which is at the lowest one would be, flowing the farthest, isn't it? याद है? एक हम लोगों ने किया था, थ्री होल्स बनाया था and then fixed it
Yes, sir.
with a sellotape, and then we peeled off the sellotape at one go, so the water started oozing out, and we found that the one which is that at the bottom most, it traveled the farthest. याद है? तो इससे तो हमें एक चीज पता जरूर चला था कि प्रेशर इंक्रीजेस विद डेप्थ। मतलब लिक्विड में तो प्रेशर है, और उसी के साथ हम लोगों ने और एक एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था जिसमें वी हैड मेड थ्री होल्स एट द सेम लेवल। Remember, there was an activity that we did. We have made holes at the same level, and what did we find? We found that the water that was oozing out from these holes, actually they failed at the same distance. That means हमें इस एक्टिविटी से क्या पता चला था कि सेम हाइट पे अगर होल है, at the same depth the pressure is equal. But when they are at different depths, the one which is at the bottommost, that is actually where the pressure is the highest. Remember? आज हम लोग उसी उसी थॉट को, उसी नॉलेज को लेके आगे बढ़ने की कोशिश करेंगे। वेल, यू नो व्हाट, हम सब जाके मस्ती करते हैं बाथरूम में। कैसा मस्ती? सर्दी के टाइम पे नहाने का मन तो करता नहीं है, मम्मी जोर जबरदस्ती भेज देती है, चलो नहा के आओ, स्कूल जाना है, कॉलेज जाना है करके। तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जाके मग को लेते हैं, जो प्लास्टिक का मग होता है ना, उसको उल्टा कर देते हैं, राइट? आई एम प्रिटी श्योर आप लोगों ने कभी ना कभी तो किया, मैं तो बहुत बार किया हूं, मम्मी से बचने के लिए बहुत बार करता था मैं। उसको उल्टा कर दो, राइट? एंड यू ट्राई टू पुश इट, यू ट्राई टू पुश दैट मग इनसाइड वाटर। हैव यू एवर डन दिस?
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
And what did you find? What did you find over there? That can you press that inside? अगर वो 90 डिग्री पे आप प्रेस करते, इफ यू आर पुशिंग इट परपेंडिकुलरली टू द सरफेस ऑफ द वाटर, क्या वो जा रहा था अंदर? जाता है अंदर। until and unless आप उसको थोड़ा सा टिल्ट करो, it would never go. Do I sound logical? कुछ
Yes, sir.
ऐसा
Yes, sir.
काम जो हम लोगों ने सबने किया है, मग को उल्टा करके आप पुश करने की कोशिश करो, नहीं जाएगा। आप कभी सोचा है कि why this happens actually? Is there something? It appears that something is pushing it from below. I don't know how many of you have even, you know, pulled up water from the well. कुआं से पानी निकाला है, क्योंकि आजकल तो कुआं वाला फैशन ही नहीं है हमारे शहरों में। गांव में फिर भी है, तो वहां पे बच्चे पानी वानी निकालते हैं कुआं से, लेकिन हमारे में तो है ही नहीं अभी। कुआं से कभी आप लोगों ने पानी निकाला है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
यू हैव डन इट। तो अगर आपने किया होगा, जरूर आपको पता होगा कि कुआं के अंदर जब, मतलब पानी के लेवल के नीचे जब बाल्टी है, तो बाल्टी बहुत हल्का लगता है। when the bucket is inside the water level or below the water level, you would be finding that the bucket is very light. But the moment you pull it outside, you would realize that the bucket is really heavy. So, what was the difference? What was the difference? The difference is there must be some force which is helping you to push it up. You are pulling it up and someone is giving you a push from below. या आप लोग कभी ना कभी तो स्विमिंग पूल पे जरूर गए होंगे। When you dip inside the swimming pool, have you ever realized that जैसे ही आप स्विमिंग पूल के अंदर जाते हो, ऐसा लगता है कि कोई आपको नीचे से धकेल रहा है? Somebody is pushing you from the bottom of the pool. Has it ever happened with you all? If
Yes, sir.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
if yes, trust me, when I would be explaining the pressure in the fluids, it would become very easy for you to understand. Well. Remember, I was talking about this pressure when I'm pushing a pin, a boat pin into the board, or maybe I'm pushing a balloon from two sides. I said this force is known as thrust. तो जो फोर्स हम लोग नीचे के तरफ देते हैं उस 90 डिग्री पे, उसको अगर हम थ्रस्ट कहते हैं, तो ऊपर वाला जो जाएगा तो उसको क्या कहेंगे? अप थ्रस्ट। व्हाट शुड वी कॉल दैट? अप थ्रस्ट। इसका मतलब नहीं कि नीचे वाला को हम लोग डाउन थ्रस्ट कहेंगे। आई मीन अ फोर्स विच इज एट 90 डिग्री टुवर्ड्स द सरफेस is known as thrust, and the force which is coming upward at 90 degree, it's a reaction force, we might say, that's known as up thrust. और ये अप थ्रस्ट को किसी किसी बुक में या कहीं कहीं हम लोग बॉयंसी भी कहते हैं। व्हाट इज द नेम? अनदर नेम फॉर अप thrust is buoyancy, a buoyant force. Buoyant, buoyant force. So, what is a buoyant force? A buoyant force is a force, it's an upward force acting on an object which is immersed in a liquid or, for that, a fluid partially or completely. अब partially और completely का मतलब क्या हो गया? अगर आप देखो एक प्लास्टिक का बॉल अगर आप डालोगे तो प्लास्टिक का बॉल क्या होता है? क्या वो पानी के अंदर चला जाता है या फ्लोट करता है? इट फ्लोट्स ऑन द सरफेस। बट वहीं पे अगर आप आयरन का एक बॉल ले लो तो क्या होगा? विल इट सिंक और विल इट फ्लोट?
Sir, it will sink.
It will sink, right? Have you ever thought why?
Sir,
Because
due to
in
the
a plastic
density.
ball, yes, that plays a very important role. I was just about to come to that density. But before that, let me explain this concept with the terminology that we have used. When I talk about a plastic ball पे आप देखोगे जो नीचे के तरफ फोर्स है, plastic का ball is very very light. That means the weight of the ball is very light. The force which is acting in the upward direction, downward direction is very light. But the buoyant force is very strong. It's higher than the downward force. The buoyant force is higher than the downward force. As a result, what happens? The body floats. Now, my dear children, come down to the concept of a iron ball. When you talk about an iron ball, what do you find over there? An iron ball is having much more mass, and because it is having much more mass, the weight that is acting in the downward direction is comparatively more than that of a plastic ball. So the buoyant force which was acting in the upward direction could not keep it up, and thus it sinks. So in this case, in case of a iron ball, the downward force is much more than the buoyant force or the upthrust. As a result, it sinks. Well, somebody just now mentioned about density. I'll come down to that in a very short while. I'll come down to that in a very short while. But before that, please let me know whether this concept of upthrust and buoyant force clear to you or not.
Sir, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Sir, if a submarine just submerged in the ocean, then which type of force will act?
Of course, a buoyant force will be acting on it, and I will be coming down to that because the structure of a submarine, if I need to explain, I need to talk about density. A very good question, but I would certainly answer this in a short while. Will you allow me for that?
Of course, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a good question because let me first explain density. तो आप अगर ये क्वेश्चन पूछते हो मेरे को एक क्वेश्चन पूछना है फिर ऐसा नहीं कि आप ही लोग क्वेश्चन पूछोगे मेरे को मैं भी पूछ सकता हूँ आप आयरन नेल को ले लो यू टेक अ आयरन नेल पुट इट इन वाटर एंड इट विल सिंक तो भैया उतना बड़ा जहाज जो आयरन का बना हुआ है कैसे फ्लोट करता है दैट्स द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ डेंसिटी आई विल कम डाउन
Sir,
टू दैट इन अ वेरी शॉर्ट व्हाइल यस प्लीज
sir, actually inside there is air in the
yes there
submarine.
is there is there is air there is a line which is known as a plimsoll line I actually did not want to discuss that but you people are pushing me for that there is a line which is known as a plimsoll line plimsole plimsoll line so unladen weight unladen matlab jiske andar no you don't have any goods and all because it's used as a cargo as well na so you don't have anything inside it it's fully unladen only the weight of the ship is there you put it into fresh water and check the depth till which it can go and accordingly you mark a red line and then what you do is then you go on starting putting loads into it so that you know till which level you can come because if you check with the density of fresh water and salt water they are different. I'll just talk about one more small thing before getting into this. Okay, since you people have actually brought me into this, okay, I'll talk about density. I'll talk about density. When I say density, density को हिंदी में हम लोग कहते हैं घनत्व. What do we call? We call घनत्व. What is घनत्व? आप लोगों से दो क्वेश्चन है. आप लोगों के पास कफ सिरप आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कफ सिरप खांसी होती है तो आप लेते हो
Yes, sir.
right you also must have seen another thing which is known as water so if you throw water and cough syrup on an inclined plane which one do you expect to travel faster
Sir,
cough
water.
syrup
Water?
cough syrup and water both are thrown at the same from the same height on the same inclined plane so you suggested the water would be traveling faster and why do you think so because it is dense
Dense.
because there is a drag remember while we were talking about friction we have discussed about this which is known as a drag just hold on for a moment before I talk to you about a small thing but a very important thing related to buoyant force this is known as Archimedes principle one of the most important thing there is a history associated with this right this Archimedes principle is one of the path breaking principles of physics wherein this this learned person Archimedes was asked to find the density of the or the purity of gold being used in the crown of the king. And then what happened? He actually, went. He was thinking over this case for a long time. He wasn't finding the answer. He went to a public bath, and when he dipped inside the public bath, he actually shooted out with this idea, and he started, crying "Eureka, Eureka!" and he started running, through the streets of Greece, and that's how this principle became so important. Look around with this principle. What does it say? The Archimedes principle states that when an object, when any object for that reason is partially or completely, wholly or partially, it is immersed in a liquid, where it is immersed in a liquid, it will experience a buoyant force. मतलब अब किसी भी चीज को अगर आप लिक्विड के अंदर डालोगे, किसी भी तरह का लिक्विड हो, लिक्विड वाटर हो सकता है, अल्कोहल हो सकता है, केरोसिन हो सकता है, कप सिरप हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, आप किसी के अंदर भी डालोगे तो ये बॉडी वुड बी एक्सपीरियंसिंग अ अप थ्रस्ट, ऊपर की तरफ उसको एक फोर्स मिलेगा, and this buoyant force, this upthrust, is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the object. What is it? It is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the object. Now think about this. Think about that iron nail that I was saying. Iron nail, अगर पानी में डालोगे, how much water it can displace? What
That's
volume
equal
of
to its
water?
volume.
Exactly. And the volume is very less. But if you talk about a ship made of the same iron, you would find that the volume of the water that it can displace, or the weight of the liquid that it can displace, would be much more, isn't it? Which is in line with the weight of the body. So it floats in water. Then what happens in with the iron nail? I'll repeat this. This is a very, very, very important principle. It says a body wholly or partially, if it is immersed in a liquid, it will experience a buoyant force which is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the body. Is it understood? Is it
Yes, sir.
understood? Exactly the same reason is used when we are moving in a hot air balloon. You would see those people who sell those balloons in the park. आपने देखा होगा, अगर बलून्स खरीद के आप छोड़ दो, अब देखना बलून्स ऊपर की तरफ चला जाता है. जब भी हम लोग when we have these tournaments in our schools colleges, हम लोग क्या करते हैं, pigeons को छोड़ते हैं ना, उसके बाद क्या करते हैं, एक बलून छोड़ देते हैं. You would find those balloons rise up, and that's because of the difference of the density. That's where we talk about density. Remember, just a while ago we were talking about density, and I said that it's mass by volume. That means volume and density are inversely proportional to each other. Volume and density are inversely proportional to each other. So if the volume increases, what would happen to density? It would decrease. Let's take an arbitrary example. We all are sitting in this room, and there are maybe 20 people sitting in this room. Now what happens? The density of this room is for 20 people. From somewhere we bring in another 50 people and make them sit in this room. What would happen? Don't you think that the volume is going to, per person volume is going to decrease? Whatever volume I was enjoying, I would be having less volume to play down with if there are 70 people. So what has happened? My density has increased and my volume has decreased. So can you find the relationship between them? Density and volume. Do you find the relationship between them?
Yes, sir. Density is equals
पक्का?
to mass by volume. Mass by
Density is equal to mass by volume. So what could be the unit of density? What could be the unit of density?
sir,
Mass is
sir
in kg,
kg.
kg
mass is in
meter.
kg, and volume is in meter cube. So kg per meter cube is density. Kg per meter cube is density. There is a very important topic on page number 115 given in your book, which says why objects float or sink. Do you find that? Do you find that? And there are two important lines mentioned, two important points mentioned. Weight of an object acting downwards, which tends to pull down the object, and the buoyant force or upthrust acting upwards, which tends to push up the object. Isn't it? That's what we were discussing. We were discussing about this. So what is density? Density is mass per unit volume. But then more importantly, we talk about something which is known as relative density. Density is for one liquid, but when we measure that with respect to another liquid, अगर किसी और दूसरे लिक्विड के रेस्पेक्ट पे, जैसे मान लीजिए वाटर के रेस्पेक्ट में हम लोग किसी दूसरे का हम लोग डेंसिटी नापते हैं, या मिल्क के रेस्पेक्ट पे, वाटर के रेस्पेक्ट पे मिल्क का डेंसिटी नापते हैं, वहां पे आ जाता है फंडा ऑफ relative density. Now when I talk about relative density, what is the formula for relative density? What is the formula for relative density? Relative density of any substance, it is the density of the substance by density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Are you getting me? Density of the substance by density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Now, there may be questions. Why at 4 degrees Celsius? What is so unique about 4 degrees Celsius?
Sir,
Well,
it is 4 degrees Celsius because if the if there is a difference in the temperature, then water will either expand or it will means
contract, contract.
yes, sir, it will contract, and due to which the mass will remain same, but the volume will change, and thus changing the density.
Excellent, excellent. I really like the explanation that you gave. Let me put it in a very, very layman's language so that everyone in the class understands. It's a very good explanation. Actually, what happens is at 4 degrees centigrade or 4 degrees Celsius, water is having the maximum density. Now, let me explain this. What would happen if you increase the temperature of a substance? Think about water. If you increase the temperature of water, what is supposed to happen? After a point,
It will
the
start swimming.
molecules that are there, they will get separated from each other. They will be moving away from each other. So I would say that it would expand, isn't it? But then at the same time, if I go on taking off the temperature out, when we freeze a substance, what happens? Take water, put it into the freezer. What would happen? The molecules which were away from each other in a liquid, the molecular theory that we have learned, the molecules which were away from each other now would tend to come closer and form a solid substance. That means when the temperature decreases, what happens? There is a contraction. Temperature decreases, contraction, temperature, when the temperature increases, there is expansion. But there is an anomaly for water. There are so many other substances as well, like wax, but then the anomaly is at this temperature 4 degree, it's having the maximum density. That's why we take it as a reference point and we calculate density of the substance. So relative density of a substance is given by density of the substance by density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. But we know that density is mass by volume. So we can also say relative density of a substance is mass of the substance by mass of an equal volume of water at 4 degrees centigrade or Celsius. Can we put it this way? बोल सकते हैं हम लोग. आप लोगों को पता है कि डेंसिटी मास बाय वॉल्यूम है, तो अगर मास बाय वॉल्यूम है तो वहीं पे हम लोग डेंसिटी ऑफ अ सब्सटेंस को मास बाय वॉल्यूम कर देंगे और डेंसिटी ऑफ वाटर को भी मास ऑफ वाटर एट 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड बाई वॉल्यूम कर देंगे, वॉल्यूम वॉल्यूम कट जाएगा तो बचेगा क्या मेरा, इट विल बी लेफ्ट विथ mass of the substance by mass of equal volume of water. Well, I'll just stop myself over here